Hey YouTube, Statelyfall here today with another Skate 3 Let's Play video. Today's video, I'm actually doing a topic for once, but just a little bit about the video before we start. I'm finishing up the death races for Skate 3 in general. I believe this is the final race. I'm pretty sure I fell a lot at it, and then after this, I believe I do some Maloof Money Cup after that too. But today I actually have a topic, and I was just sitting down and I was just thinking about today's government and whatnot, and me being a kid and whatnot. I'm only 15. Government is something that I'm sure I don't understand at all to a point, but I do believe that I have researched a little bit more about government, about common day policies. I'm pretty sure I do watch a little bit more CNN than the average teenager should and whatnot. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because, the elections are coming up. Mitt Romney versus Obama is right around the corner, and I can't vote or anything like that, but I'm sure I can have my own opinions about whatnot. And just to start off, I will say this much, that I am black and I do support Obama. But when I do say I am black and I do support Obama, I'm saying that I'm black, I support Obama, but I researched why I support Obama. To start off, the 2008 election, Obama obviously won. He's our president right now, obviously. And a lot of people think, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of people probably did vote for Barack Obama just because he was black, and maybe somebody else was a minority, and they just didn't want to see, quote unquote, the white man go back into power. And it's just like, so you voted for a president. And note, I'm an Obama supporter, but I'd be saying this to anybody, I would saying this about anybody. You voted for a president that you didn't fully research, so potentially, you could have just voted for a president that could suck, and could be the worst possible thing for this country. And there goes the start of the government problems. I honestly think that, and once again, I can't vote, so I don't need to do research on any of this stuff, but I do like to know things about common day government and whatnot. But I think this is the start of why our government is having some kind of trouble. I think it's because that some American people actually don't, research what kind of policies this president is going to enforce, what kind of person, background, whatnot. Maybe the president, and I know the president, Barack Obama, was a senator before, so he does have some kind of, governmental background in this. And I know Mitt Romney was the governor of, I believe, like Massachusetts or something like that for a while. So both of the presidents, or both of the candidates, I guess you could say, do have governmental backgrounds, and I guess you could say they at least know a little bit about overseeing some kind of providence or something like that. But I do believe that some people actually don't research on president and whatnot, and this could have gone for why people voted for McCain last go around too. They could have just been like, I don't like Barack Obama. I heard one small thing that I don't like about him, so I guess McCain is obviously the way to go. And like I said, I'm super with whoever you want to vote for, just as long as you do some basic background research and you can prove to me why you want to see this president go on. I mean, why you want to see this candidate go on to be president. And if you can prove that to me, then I can say nothing. I can be like, well, you have your views, I have mine, we can go different ways, we can go on the same street, doesn't really matter. But like I said, I am an Obama supporter, but I think I'm an Obama supporter that didn't really quite agree with Obamacare. Obamacare, if you didn't know, it was one of those things where like everybody has to have insurance, and insurance has to be affordable to every single last American in the United States, or in or in what's it called, like a property or whatever. And I was looking at some things, and I was looking at, what people had to say, and I personally didn't quite get the need for Obamacare in first term. And that's another way to look at things. You have to look at a president for long term, 2 term kind of things. So I personally didn't get why he needed to get Obamacare out there ASAP, like first term. Before my first term ends, I have to get this out there. Partially because where's the money to support Obamacare? And that was the main thing that struck me. Where's the money to support basically anything nowadays? And when I say where's the money, I openly understand that, and I don't think other people understand this also. I openly understand that yes, we are in debt, but when you say we're in debt, you have to look at how bad other countries might also have it. You know what I mean? Only because other countries, it's probably 30, 40 times. Zimbabwe is number one in debt for a country. I forget how much they're in, but we're I don't even think we're in the top 10 for how much we owe for debt wise. And the only reason I see our debt as being a major problem is because I'm pretty sure, and this is my one fault right here, and you don't have to agree with me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly all towards one country, and that one country is China. So I see that's probably the main reason why us being in debt is a major problem, is because it's all towards one country. It's not even like it's evenly spread out, a little bit here, a little bit there, little bit from that country, a little bit from that country. No, it's all probably most likely from China, just because of how much we spend on China, how much we probably do borrow from China because of China's economic success in the 20th and 21st century. China, China still considers themselves a developing country just because of the whole entire like Mao Zedong Tiananmen Square kind of thing going on back there. They actually still consider themselves a developing country, and I guess you could kind of say that. I see its southern partner or not southern. I forget where is China. I'm pretty sure east or the country to the west of it. Actually, I'm pretty sure India as more of a developing country, most definitely. But China as a developing country, a little bit on the weird side, but that's mainly why I see the debt as a major problem, is because it's all towards one country. But back to Obamacare, where is the money gonna come from? And this is the one thing where I was actually like, the Republicans might have us on this one, is because where is the money to actually support Obamacare? Yes, Obamacare does have a pretty. It's not like all this stuff is gonna happen at one time. It does have a pretty discrete timeline that goes up until like 2020, I'm pretty sure, where all these policies just start, piling in and whatnot. But I do have to say that Obamacare might not have been the best thing to do for the first term kind of thing to do. Another thing is, I heard that he's kind of, relying majorly on like breaking some kind of rules, that might lose some supporters on, because I heard that he did something about like the immigration law, that taking it away or deducting some kind of immigration law, which could be a major problem if you want to see job increases come up. I don't know. I heard it was all about votes for the Hispanic vote. If you want to get re-elected, you have to appeal to basically everybody all over again. So you have to start doing some things. You might have to pull the string. The one thing that he had to pull the string was with the gay marriage. I completely am for gay marriage, and if you're against it, you really have to think about what you're doing, because nowadays we live in a world where everybody should have equal rights, and everybody should have had equal rights all along. But and equal rights, sorry to say if this offends you, but it does kind of include marriage with somebody else. So gay marriage should have been a no-brainer to anybody for equal rights that lives in America. Like, if you live in America, you should be completely 100% okay with gay marriage, only because everybody should have the same exact freedoms, which includes gay marriage. We don't live in a biblical world anymore. Everything is completely openly your choice. We're not forced to go by any biblical scriptures anymore. So why would anybody have been still affected by gay marriage? Personally, I'm not gay. I love women. I'm straight. I can't get enough of girls. But why did it matter? Like, equal rights. Come on, guys, get this stuff straight. But that might have been an example of him pulling the string a little bit. Nobody for sure knows if he was. I know at the beginning of his first term, he was not sure about a gay marriage, but he came through at something that Mitt Romney was obviously against, gay marriage, and he did it. And I 100% agree with him, but nobody would really know if he was 100% agreeing with himself in that one. I hope he was. I hope he was doing it for all the best reasons, and I hope he genuinely agreed with making that choice. But if he didn't, who's to know? But that might have been an example of him pulling the string just to get some extra votes. That might have been. Nobody will really know. But yeah, government's pretty corrupted. No, I'm joking. It's pretty. And like last thing of the day, our government compared to other governments is amazing. People will always say that our government's so bad and it's in such bad shape. And I'm not gonna lie. Compared to what it was, a couple years ago, or not a couple years ago, like 2003, 2004 and whatnot, and hi motorcycle, how you doing? But compared to what it was, before, a little bit after I was born, maybe when I was like 5 or 6 or something like that, from what I've heard at least. I wasn't there to live it up, but from what I've heard from my parents, stepmom, grandparents, all that stuff, and stepdad, I heard the government was in a lot better shape than what it was now. But we can't go on saying that we have like a horrible government and government collapse and whatnot, because that's totally not the case. There's countries out there where they barely have a living government, period. Like, there's countries a lot of them in Africa just got through civil war and whatnot, and their government is barely happening. Just put it like that. But yeah, that's my little governmental spiel or whatever. I could go on for this topic for just about days and whatnot, but I'm not going to. So I hope you guys have a good day, good holiday and whatnot. Thank you for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Maybe put some political views of your own down at the bottom. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.